Welcome to 5 Minutes of Momentum. These episodes are a short 5-minute burst of inspiration, motivation, and massive action. If you need that little kick up the butt to get things moving and to inspire you to take massive action, then every single Thursday I'll be sending you through a 5-minute episode to download, digest, and implement to finish your week off strong. Are you ready to get started? Let's go. Hey, welcome back to the podcast. I want to talk to you about your visibility and the fear of being seen and the connection they have. Because if you are avoiding visibility, it is absolutely costing you clients. I love working on visibility with my clients because once they start to be confident in their visibility, everything starts to shift and change in their business. They start to be seen in a whole new light. This has been happening for one of my clients recently where she has been stepping out of her comfort zone and doing things she's never done before, putting herself on stages, pitching to podcasts, getting herself seen. And what I'm absolutely loving about her experience is that people are celebrating her in her courage. And when people do that, they want to work with people like that. Honestly, it is so incredible to see when you are challenging yourself to do things that people aren't normally comfortable doing. It develops a level of trust and just awe, right? People are like, wow, I couldn't do that for myself, but I just love that you're doing it, right? People love to celebrate you in your courage. And so I want you to hold that as an incredible light, because I think one of the biggest things that keeps us from being more visible is we're so fearful of people's judgment. And if you are a good person, you will not attract that judgment. Honestly, I'm such a big believer in this. And how you deal with that judgment is where your work has to come into play, because if you're so fearful of being seen, it usually starts from your own judgment, because you may recognize that you judge other people. I'm saying that because it's a human trait. It's natural for us to judge others. So I just want to acknowledge this, right? We subconsciously fear being judged because we recognize that we judge other people. And naturally we do this because it is a form of protection. Naturally, our subconscious mind will judge the situation, right? So every time we're stepping into new scenarios, our brain will determine whether it's safe. It'll look for certainty. It'll look for possible danger. So it's always on the lookout for danger. And in this everyday world that we live in now, danger looks like judgment, because deep down, our evolutionary fears of being ostracized come to light because that judgment could possibly lead to our death, right? Our brains are so primitive. Like, honestly, we've got to be conscious of that naturally we fear being seen, we fear being judged because we know deep down that we judge others. Now, the more you judge others, the more you will keep yourself hidden. I just want to acknowledge that. So you can rewire that part of your brain. Naturally, we're always going to be to look out for danger. But if you get in the habit of judging other people, then you're telling yourself subconsciously that if I go and do that, if I go and put myself out there, I'm going to be judged too. And if you're judging others harshly, you are going to fear that's going to happen to you too. All right. So what you want to do is you want to practice acknowledging other people in their courage. You want to celebrate other people doing uncomfortable things and recognize that you can do that too. The more that I've done this for others, the more I've developed a courage to move through the fear and take the action anyway, knowing that I know the right people will support me. And if there's people out there that judge me, I don't care. That's their stuff. That's their own hesitation, their own fear, right? And I recognize that I'm going to do things that other people aren't going to do. That's fine. They're living their lives. I'm living my life, whatever. I want to be courageous in what lights me up and what I'm willing to stretch myself to do. So it's natural for you to fear the judgment, but it should not be the thing that holds you back. We must recognize that for our businesses to grow, we must be seen by more people. It's math. Like, at the end of the day, it's math. So if you have a certain number of your audience and they're not buying from you, either you haven't shown up consistently in order to develop the relationship with them, in order for you to be seen as the credible go-to person for your service offering, and they're not trusting you yet. So you need to be courageous and show up and share your expertise and start developing that visibility and trust first. Then you can start reaching out to new audiences, right? So we know that by showing up online, it's going to trigger this fear of being seen. It's going to trigger the fear of judgment. It's natural because our subconscious mind knows that we're putting ourselves out there possibly to a global audience. And there's a possibility that we could eventually go viral. And holy crap, what could that look like? So our brain always goes to the worst case scenario. But you need to bring your brain back to the best case scenario, that people are going to love what it is that you have to share. People are going to want to work with you, and it's going to increase your income, and it's going to support the growth of your business. Bottom line, right? The cost of staying hidden is too high. Dream clients will not find you. No opportunities will be shared with you. No collaborations will be initiated. You will literally stay small and stay hidden. right? You need to decide whether that's going to be your fate or whether you're going to choose to move through the fear and take the scary action anyway. I chose to be visible. I chose to go first. I chose to have the courage to choose to share my opinion. And I'm still working on that as well, right? Like, one of the biggest things is like sharing vulnerably and sharing when I'm in the challenge or sharing my opinion that's different to other people. Like, I found that really challenging, but I'm still courageously taking the action and just like taking the smallest next step and then the next step, right? And the more you do it, the more you develop proof and reference points for your brain to be like, oh, it's actually not that scary, or it's safe for me to do this, right? The more you do it, the easier it becomes. If you're not visible, you cannot be seen and people will not pay you. So make sure that you're prioritizing your visibility and reframing what judgment means and reframing what being visible means. Create new reference points so that you can see that it's absolutely safe for you to take action and be visible because more people need you. One of the biggest shifts that I had for my business to be more visible was I had to be willing to put impact first. So I used to say to myself, like, if I jump on stories today or if I go live on Instagram today and if it impacts one person, that's worth it. That's what got me to show up more consistently. So you need to find something that is going to be a driver for you to prioritize your visibility. It is absolutely going to be worth it for your business, but you need to find something within you first to move through that uncomfortable feeling to be visible.